and I live in Riverton. I am the Director of Community Relations at Sorensen Communications. I am also a board member of National Association of the Deaf, representing the Western region of the United States. NAD serves to advocate for the needs of deaf and hard of hearing citizens, especially in the area of education, where far too many of the students do not have appropriate access to what is being taught. Prior to moving here to Utah, I was the principal of middle and high schools in Florida for the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind in St. Augustine for many years. One of the valuable resources that we have here in the great state of Utah is the Sanderson Community Center for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. Florida does not have a center like this, and as a result, they are missing out on valuable, high-quality services that the center here offers. I'd like to share a few facts with you. Approximately 95% of deaf and hard of hearing children are born to hearing parents. Statistics have shown time and time again that the greatest impact of deafness is language deprivation. A very large percentage of the deaf and hard of hearing population in Utah do not have access to written English. Sanderson Center has and will continue to serve to fill the gaps by providing communication access to a wide variety of resources available to the average citizen in Utah. Deaf and hard of hearing leaders often have the additional responsibility to serve as an example as well as a role model for many consumers. Parents have often looked up to the deaf and hard of hearing directors and program managers for their success as productive members of society and want their children to emulate these role models. As you know, children are impressionable and at a very early age, and their self-esteem is greatly enhanced when they see successful deaf adults. The directors and program managers have filled this important need for a long time, and with the legislative chances regarding the center, it has lessened their visibility as leaders due to the increased responsibilities mandated by Department of Workforce Services. To be a well-informed citizen, it often requires meaningful dialogue with the government through a variety of means, such as print, radio, and television broadcasts. Because of the long history of language deprivation, not only here in Utah, but across America, this information is often inaccessible to deaf and hard of hearing citizens. They have long relied on the leaders of the Deaf Center to facilitate communication between themselves and the legislators and other government employees as well, to provide educational opportunities for them to learn about legislation and the potential impact on their lives of deaf and hard of hearing children. As a regular consumer at the Sanderson Center, I've seen a significant reduction in the opportunities for deaf consumers to interact with the staff at the center. As a result, the consumers do not have the opportunities to keep themselves abreast of the current events, legislative happenings, economic and socio-emotional impacts due to changes at all levels of government as well as businesses and schools. And most important of all, to maintain a strong network between themselves and the staff at the center, which is vital to becoming a functional member of society with unfettered access to products and services that enrich the quality of life here in Utah. Sanderson Center has had a great track record, providing excellent services, and I was alarmed at the legislation last year to move the center to a different division. I thought to myself, why change a system that was not broken to begin with? According to statistics shown on USOR's website for the month of December 2016, the very low number, 1,162 deaf hard of hearing individuals were served in all programs, while 400 hours of interpreting services served. Yes. It is the center. It is obvious that due to the requirements imposed by DWS, the staff at the center are spending more time with meeting the requirements of the department, which have a very different mission than meeting the needs of the deaf and hard of hearing community. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Anthony Rossi, if you